Hey guys, my name is Wildcard and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for following my content and I really do appreciate it. New Zealand versus Argentina 2, Rugby Championship round 4. Following a pretty devastating loss last week where Argentina was kept at 38 points to 0, lost to the All Blacks. This week, things aren't really looking up for Argentina. Their star number 10, Nicolas Sanchez, has been ruled out injured. So Santiago Carreras comes in at number 10. Carreras normally plays at 15. However, he has played 10 before. Last year, in the second test match against the All Blacks, where they lost huge time, Carreras was at 10. At least in the first half. So this is kind of like a repeat. Hopefully Carreras has got better. Carreras has been really, really good for Argentina. He's been one of the best players on the field for Argentina. He's really good at high balls, really good kicking game. So at 10, we shall see if he's improved from last year. A big challenge for him. Big news from the All Blacks camp as well. Massive changes for number 10. Beauden Barrett gets dropped to the bench. Damian McKenzie comes in at 10. Last week, we didn't see that. Beauden Barrett's kicking has been really awful once again, and which led to Jordie Barrett taking over, his brother. Yes, Beauden is now the black sheep of the family. Black Sheep Barrett gets dropped, gets replaced by his more talented brother over the kicking duties, which Jordie Barrett's nailed 100% of the kicking from the sideline, from anywhere on the field, just nailed every kick. So Jordie Barrett is definitely better than Beauden, and he seems to have inherited the traits from both his brothers. He inherited the red card trait from Scott, and he inherited the good kicking genes from Beauden. Okay, so he's stolen both the brothers' traits. And so D-Mac, I do remember last week when D-Mac came off the field, Beauden was really flat in the first half as well. And he seems to get himself out of position a little bit in the first half. And when D-Mac came on the field in the second half, it did look like the All Blacks attacks was a little bit more crisper, a little bit more flair in the attack. But D-Mac does seem to have a little bit of accuracy issues with his passes. We shall see how that goes this week. But yeah, D-Mac, this is the first time we played number 10 for quite some while now for the All Blacks from my reading. So it'll be good to see how D-Mac goes. He has played number 10 quite frequently for the Chiefs, so it's not really like first time ever or whatever. But yeah, so it's a new number 10 for both teams. That's the big news. For the rest of the team, the All Blacks sweeping changes from all across the board. Seemingly has brought on the bench of the bench to play Argentina this time. We shall see how that goes. Some key positions are still maintained by their key players, but yeah, largely this is more like a C team for the All Blacks coming up against Argentina. Argentina front row unchanged from last week. Facundo Gigna at number 1, Julian Montoya at number 2, Santiago Medrano at number 3. Both of them the front row has did pretty well in the first half against the All Blacks starting front row against George Bauer and Karl Tuinukuafe. So against a very, very strong front row last week, this front row had handled themselves quite well from Argentina. New Zealand brought Joe Moody, came back from injury last week, so he's now up from the number 17 bench position to the starting number 1 position. Joe Moody. Takiaho gets his start from number 16 spot last week, and Terrell Lomax also moved up from the bench from the number 18 jersey from last week. So the bench from last week from rows came up to the starting, and a brand new set of front rowers were brought back in for the bench for the All Blacks. Basically, we should look at that in a minute. Matias Alamano moved from number 5 position to number 4 in the lock position. Thomas Labanini moves up from the bench. He did okay as a finisher last week, but they moved him from, he's a very experienced player from the second rower position. He's now moved to the starting position. Patrick Tuipulotu comes in at number 4 for the All Blacks. I thought Patrick should have started at least. I think this is the first game this year. I thought he should have played at least maybe he played against Tonga or something. But I thought he should have at least got a go out of the World Cup. But yeah, this is finally getting his chance. Patrick has been an outstanding performer for the Blues over the Super Rugby season. I thought he deserved a start. Deserved the start, including scoring hat-trick of tries in the Blues games. So hat-trick to Pelutu. Very good running. Very good, solid scrummaging, line out, solid order around the park, turnovers or work on the breakdown. Very, very high work rate. I am very, very surprised that he didn't get an earlier run this year. But yeah, good to see him finally getting a start. Tupou move up from the bench for the number 5 position for the All Blacks. Juan Martinez Gonzalez comes in number 6. Moves up from the bench from last week. Marcus Kramer stays at number 7 for the Argentinians. And Pablo cancelled. Materas moves from number 6 position to the number 8 position for the Argentinians. The All Blacks, Ethan Blackadder gets moved from number 20 position up to number 6, the blindside flanker spot. And Adi Xavier comes back from a bit of an injury to the open side position, opening up the number 8 spot for Hoskins Sotutu to come in at number 8. And that's the forward lineup for both teams. In the backs, Gonzalez Bertrano stays at number 9 for Argentina. TJ Pienaar retains his position in the starting spot at number 9. A new combination for TJ, obviously, was flat last week with Bowden. Santiago Carreras, like we mentioned, comes in at number 10. Interesting thing was, Carreras was named at number 11 last week, and he didn't play last week at number 11. So maybe he had a last-minute injury that took him out of the game. But he's back this week at number 10. So we shall see how that goes. D-Mac comes in at number 10, moving up from the bench, replacing the Black Sheep Barrett. Emiliano Buffelli moves up from number 23 to the 11th position, to the blindside winger. Up against George Bridge at number 11. He stays at number 11 position. George Bridge, I wasn't very impressed with his performance last week. He had an opportunity to score a try, and he basically doubted his own abilities to go. He lacked that bit of hunger to finish him, to go for the try, and he actually ended up not scoring. He was over the line, but he thought he wasn't, so he tried to place the ball back, and actually ended up not being a try. So it was kind of weird. So I thought, as a winger, you should probably have a bit more hunger and go for the try there instead of playing safe. So I was not very impressed by that. Missing out a try, you're basically giving yourself up to score a try. So George Bridge have plenty of work to do. We shall see how he goes this week. Santiago Chocobares comes up from number 22 position in the inside center position. And outside center also changed for the Pumas. Luciano Cinti Luna comes in at number 13. And I think he played a couple weeks ago against the Springboks. He did not play last week. The All Blacks also has new center combination. Quinton Tupaya gets his first game this year for the All Blacks, I do believe. Or maybe he played one against Tonga or Fiji. But he gets in at number 12 position over David Havili. So the All Blacks do need someone else at the 12 position that they can work with. So Tupaya, this is a good opportunity for him to show himself, to solidify himself as a potential replacement for Havili if something should happen to him. Rico Ioane comes back in outside center. A bit more practice for him for that multi-role talent that he is starting to become. He's an still excellent winger, by the way. Santiago Cordero comes in at number 14 for the Pumas, and Will Jordan comes back, the best player in the backline for the All Blacks, best finisher for the All Blacks at least, or maybe close with, probably still better than Rico Ioane at this stage, with better kicking game. I think that's the thing, that Will Jordan's slightly better than Rico. Comes in number 14. Look forward to see him scoring at least a try or two. He's only had 7 test caps for the All Blacks. I think he debuted this year. He debuted with 5 tries against Tonga. Yeah. So he's only debuted this year, and he's already racked up 55 test points. Pretty impressive. Juan Cruz Malia comes in stays at number 15 for Argentinians, while Jordy Barrett stays at 15 for the All Blacks and probably going to be taking over the kicking duties. I think D-Mac will have a crack. D-Mac had also had a really shocking kicking against the Wallabies 2 rounds ago. So I think D-Mac might take a couple kicks and see how he feels. If he goes pretty badly, Jordie Barrett might take over again. Yes. So on the bench, changes all across the All Black side. A few changes for all across Argentina side as well. So Santiago Suchino comes in at number 16 for the hooker position. Cody Taylor comes back at the reserve hooker at number 16. Carlos Manzo stays 17. George Bauer comes back in again this week after a week break at number 17. Enrique Pereto Hayland stays at number 18 spot for the Argentinians. Ofa Tuangafasi comes in at number 18 for the All Blacks. Guido Petty gets dropped from the number 4 position to the finisher for Argentina. And Scott Barrett also gets dropped from number 5 position to the number 19 spot. Thomas Lezatna stays in number 20 position. Comes in at number 20 position as a new addition for the Pumas. Luke Jacobson gets dropped for number 8, having a bit of an easier week this week. He's been starting at number 8 quite a few weeks now for the All Blacks. Gonzalez Garcia, the reserve halfback for the Pumas, whilst Finlay Christie comes in at number 21, giving Brad Weber a bit of a break this week. Domingo Miotti comes back again this week after getting dropped last week at the bench spot. His kicking needs to be improved. I thought Miotti would be the preferred starting fly half, but his performance has been pretty poor, especially his kicking. Pretty poor. So Miotti needs to really work on that kicking if he wants to solidify himself as the next top fly half for Argentina. So yeah, despite the fact that Miotti is a number 10, starting number, his role is a number 10. He's on the bench for Carreras, whose main position is number 15. So Carreras is playing out of position over Miotti. That tells you how the coaches aren't very impressed by Miotti, despite having a stellar average season at the Western Force, okay season at Western Force. So he should be a lot better, but he's not. Bolden Barrett gets dropped to the bench for extremely poor kicking. We shall see how he goes coming off the bench. He has been very unimpactful to be honest, coming off the bench in recent times. So yeah, Bolden. Anyway, Matias Moroni gets number 23 position. Gets dropped from number 13 spot. And Brendan Eno comes in for the All Blacks, potentially getting his second cap. The Crusader player. And we shall see how this game goes. Let me know your predictions. I do see this as another... maybe this will be a little bit closer than last week. This All Blacks really has brought up the bench for the bench to play this game. So we'll see how that goes. But the number 10 position, I do think Carreras is not that bad, to be fair. But we shall see if he will redeem himself from last year's performance as number 10 in the second test against the All Blacks. So yeah, we shall see. Let me know your predictions. I think the All Blacks will win this one quite easily. Maybe by another 20-25 points margin. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know how many kicks is D-Mac gonna miss before he gets replaced by Jordie Barrett. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys on the weekend. Cheers. Have a good one.